Review campaigns in GoHighLevel. Some of the easiest things to build out, like this is a very short workflow, some of the most simple things to build out. You can get a little fancy with it, and we'll talk about how you could do that at the end. But what I like to do is I just like to send people a Google review link. If they don't click it, we send them a follow-up, and then it gets a bunch of reviews for our clients. It costs us nothing, it costs the clients nothing, and obviously there's a ton of benefit to that. So I am recording this video with the assumption that you guys know what a workflow is, you guys know what triggers are, you guys have a baseline understanding of actions and how actions work. You know what trigger links are. Let's see if I'm missing anything else. That's about it. So if you guys understand all of that, you'll be able to follow along perfectly fine. If you do not understand all of that, and you're lost on something, there's a video on each one of those 4 or 5 things specifically in this course, so you can just go and reference those videos and get caught up to speed. Now, and you will need to know what tags are, but I'll give you an alternative for that. Anyway, now let's start. You will need a workflow, obviously, and within that workflow, we're going to need to add a trigger. However, you can skip adding a trigger for this, and I'll explain why. When you upload leads, when you download a CSV, or not leads, but existing members or clients or past customers, whatever it is, when you upload a list of those people into GoHighLevel, you can select all of those people and then manually place them into a workflow. And there's going to be a video on how to bulk import contacts. So if you want to know how you do that, just check out that video, bulk importing contacts into GoHighLevel. And once you do that, you can place them into a workflow and you don't need to add a tag. Or, I don't remember why I did this. I obviously did it a while ago, but this is how I have it set up to where you can bulk upload those leads, and then instead of adding them to the workflow, I just added a tag existing member, and then that is what triggered this workflow to start the actions. Regardless of how you get the leads started in here, it doesn't necessarily matter. What matters is actually what we do inside of it, which are the actions. So let's just start at the top and we'll work our way down. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to send them a text. We're telling them who we're from, or who we are, where we're from, telling them what we're trying to accomplish here, and then sending them a link so that they can easily accomplish what we are asking them to do. Pretty basic. We're using a trigger link here because we want to know if they clicked on the link or not. And how we can track that is by using a trigger link. If you don't know what trigger links are, go watch the trigger link video. It will break it down. But we're going to put a trigger link in here, and obviously the trigger link is directing to a Google review page for our client. And then after that, we're telling GoHighLevel to either wait until that link is clicked. So if they click the link, move them on to the next step. Or if it's been 1 day and they haven't clicked the link, move them on to the next step. Right? And this timeout's very important right here, because if they never click the link, they'll just get stuck in this wait step. So we have to put the timeout, and we have to tell it to wait 1 day. At least that's what I'm doing, right? So after that happens, whether they clicked on the link or it's been 24 hours and they have not clicked on the link, they get moved into this if-then step. And this if-then step is we're directing the contact in one of 2 ways. They either clicked the link or they did not click the link, right? And the link that we're referencing, by the way, is this trigger link, in case you're lost. And if they did click the link, then we're not going to send them a follow-up text. The workflow just finishes up, okay? However, if they did not click the link, we're just going to send them a quick follow-up text, a quick reminder saying, hey, because it's been 24 hours, please do this, and then we're just going to insert the trigger link again to make it nice, simple, and easy for them. Okay, and then we'll just specify again who we are, who we're with. All right, so that's it. That's how you run a review campaign. Nice, simple, easy, and a little follow-up text. Now, some people like to get really fancy with this, and they like to have the members respond. Instead of the trigger link, they'll say, hey, can you rate us on a scale of 0 to 5? 0 being the worst, 5 being the best. Just respond with the number that you think we deserve. And what you would do is you'd create an if-then statement. I can actually build it out for you guys very quickly, or just an example of it. 0 to 3. So this would be if the contact replies. Yes. Okay. So contact reply this. And now the if then would look like this. 0 to 3. Oh, here we go. Contact replied. Is 0. Applied message is 1. And then we would do this for 2 and 3, right? And then we would add another branch, and this would be 4 or 5. Contact replied. Message is 4, or contact replied, and the message is 5. Right? We can actually get rid of this. Okay. So we would have more of these, like we'd have 2 or 3 right here. But basically what this is saying is, let me scroll up, is if the we're going to text them the contact, and we're going to say, hey, can you rate us on a scale of 0 to 5, 0 being the worst, 5 being the best, right? And if they reply with 0, 1, 2, or 3, we can send them another text or an SMS and just asking them for their feedback. Hey, we're sorry that you weren't pleased with us. Can you please ask us for this feedback? And what you can do with that is actually send them a link to a form, and then they fill out their complaints. Obviously, if they're rating you low, they have some complaints. They fill out the complaints on that form, and then you can set up a workflow so that form, the results of that form get emailed to your client or texted to your client saying, hey, this person rated you a 0 on a scale of 0 to 5. Here is what they say. Here was their feedback about you, right? And in that case, you're not only sending direct feedback to your client, poor feedback to your client, but you're not allowing that lead to go to Google, or you're not even sending them a link for them to go to Google and leave that shitty review, right? As opposed to if we were just sending a Google review link, they might put their frustration on Google. So we're kind of allowing them to vent internally, if you will, and sending that feedback directly to the client so they understand what's going on. However, if they were to respond with a 4 or 5, you can come in here and then you can send out an SMS saying, hey, we're so happy you had a great experience. If you don't mind, can you please go to Google and leave us a quick review? We'll drop a link below, right? And then we'll drop that Google review link right here. So we're using this as a way to safeguard our clients' Google reviews. So it's not that we're disallowing people to leave shitty reviews, because they can still go on Google and leave a bad review. But we're making sure that the only people that we're sending a link to and we're asking for a Google review for have rated our clients 4 or 5 on a scale of 0 to 5. So kind of a cool trick here. It's not necessary. I just send everybody a simple review text. Actually do this right here. That's okay. I'll just cancel all this. I just send people a quick review text, and the good reviews far outweigh the bad reviews. It's actually very rare that you get a bad review. Most of the time, what happens if people we're not happy with you, they just won't leave a review. But if you want to safeguard it, you can do it that way, and get fancy with it. Just make sure that you are creating the necessary workflows to do so. And by the way, with everything I'm doing in this course, this workflow I will put in the resources section, so don't feel like you guys need to copy this or build it out yourself. I will give it to you of course, for free. Now, something else I do with these is that if where is it? Ah, yes. I send these in real time to people as well. So let's say you have a pipeline and the pipeline is set up to where you leads opt in, they book in an appointment, they show up for their class, and then what I do is I ask my clients, hey, tell me out of all these show ups, 100 people walked through your door this month, how many of them became new members? And then what I do is I drag those people into new member, which triggers off this workflow, which waits 30 days and then sends that review campaign. So this is happening in real time, right? And to simplify that, I guess, is the review campaign workflow. We can upload a list and put that list of contacts into that workflow, and we get a flood of Google reviews for our client, which is great. And also, everybody that becomes a new member from our efforts automatically gets a review request sent to them this way. And I have it set up to wait 30 days. Okay. And basically, how you would set this up is you would just you would set up the trigger to where a member has been moved into new member, or a lead has been moved into new member or new client or closed, whatever it is. And then you would just wait 30 days, or maybe you want to wait 2 days. It depends on your niche, of course, and then you can send them that review request. And I'll also put the workflow of this in there as well. Just make sure into the resources so you guys have this. So you can just upload it right onto your GoHighLevel. Just make sure that you guys have the opportunities that go along with this. The opportunity structure is set up, and the tags are these things are all set up so that these workflows function properly.